Twin Flames. I had to do a live reading for you today because the recorded reading did not work out. I'm going to send it to your cards. It is a very beautiful and powerful reading. My name is Pamela from God Conscious Twin Flame 1111. I have some updates. I have the website up and running. I will be working on that continuously, but the angels opened up my schedule to be able to get that live and running. And the website is www.godconscious1111.org. Yeah, that's it. www.godconscious1111.org. You can feel free to email me at godconscious1111 at gmail.com. And I will be back up and running for daily readings after the 22nd, so it'll be next Wednesday. I was inspired to do a weekend reading for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. I used the my Ciro Marchetti cards that I usually use for the masculine today, and I used the Ciro Marchetti Tarot Dreams for the Divine Feminine. So I hope that you really get something out of today's reading. The overall energy at the bottom of the deck, we had the Three of Wands, and it shows that progress, initial success, more planning to keep things moving forward is necessary, but that you're headed in the right direction. So it's good to know that your Divine Masculine is headed in the right direction. That should be encouraging news for you, Divine Feminines, because I know that it has been a long journey for many of us. And we've been watching them and really have been uh, kind of judging how they're moving forward, and they're not moving the way we would like them to. I want to do the scripture verse for today. It is out of Hebrews 6:10. God is not unjust. He will not forget your work and the love you have shown him as you have helped his people and continue to help them. So we are on a specific mission to guide people to love. And that's a very powerful and important mission. I'm going to try and set this up a little bit better. I don't know if I can accomplish that, but I will try. So that was the scripture. I have another scripture for you. This might be better. Let's see if that works. If I can get it from falling over. I apologize. It's a little shaky. Yeah, that's not going to work out. So let's go into the reading. The masculine has on his, everything was laid out, so I kept it up. Has the sun in his work position, Six of Pentacles in his home position. So he is beginning to get into the stage of being able to share his good fortune. And he is preparing for the love in the star, uh, in the star card. So overall energies is that he is making progress, that there has been successes that he can see from the work that he has done. The sun is representing that God is shining favorably on the situation, and that success and triumph are present. So he has had some successes. He has had some triumph over the the dark side of self, the shadow self, and he is starting to see successes in his world with his work environment, and even with you when he puts you into a place of healing and health, meaning that you are a healthy relationship for him. He is still under illusions of coming clear to that reality with the star card, because he's still clearing the old stuff out of the way to make room for you, and to make room for himself. So he's still in the process of finding himself, and but he has seen some light at the end of the tunnel. He has seen some progress. He sees where the divine is really assisting him, and and uh, and the seeds of a new idea and the Ace of Wands are starting to manifest. He has to still take action, so we're aware that there's still action that needs to be um, that needs to take place in order for all the successes to be realized. And he is really working towards obtaining that. So even if you don't see anything in the physical world, please know he's working on um, on his path, on his journey, on his internal world. The idea of some self belief that he is in a divine order is important for him and for you. It shows that there's healing of rifts, which the healing of rift within, and then the healing of rift with you. You could see that the um, third eye chakra is illuminated on this card. The other interesting thing that came about in this reading is how you both are resembling each other, and I'm going to pull that a little closer so that you can see. You both have the Six of Coins, you both have the Ten of Pentacles, you both have two major arcana cards in your readings. So he has the Sun and the Star, and you, Divine Feminine, have Temperance and Faith. So so I think it's very interesting how you're starting to mirror each other. So I specifically was guided to use two different decks. And I love that the angels really want to encourage you to stay focused on the divine and how the divine is guiding this mission. Here is the Ten of Pentacles in his unexpected position. And it is stability, and it is security in home and in family. It can indicate that there's sale of property impending, and that or the family home. So it is indicative of all positive. Yours says Ten of Coins. Yours looks more like the light at the end of the tunnel that you've been working so hard toward, and that you will see the successful conclusion. You also, Feminine, have a victory card in the center. Now, this is a short-term victory, so you want to make sure that it is done in integrity and that you are really maintaining your true, authentic self. Um, you have at the bottom of your deck the Five of Cups, so it's indicating the angels can see you, even if I can't, and they just kind of filter to me. Some of you are still in despair and in disappointment, and I think that really has more to do with a lack of faith in how the divine is guiding you and how the divine is guiding this mission. This mission being, the relationship. So the overall energy for the divine masculine is he's working hard. He's starting to see the fruits of his labor. He is starting to see the manifestation of the gifts that he has. He is really um, especially, that energy, overall energy for the feminine again, of being, in despair, and your back is turned to that light. Your back is turned to the light at the end of the tunnel, and then those two cups in front of you, but your head is buried in your hands, and that's not possible to see if you're covering your eyes, if you're covering yourself. Um, it also can indicate that you're being overly dramatic or that you've exaggerated something, that you have a negative attitude. And I did a lot of research on human behavior, on some psychology, and on just really, you know, the psyche. And in the research, I had found that we have between 40,000 and 60,000 thoughts a day. Women more closer to the 40,000, men closer to the 60,000. That's a lot of thoughts to have in a day. But the most important fact in that is that 80% of our thoughts are negative. So we really have to uh, shift that. And we really want to start to teach people how to shift that from the negative to the positive. That gift of being able to shift energetically is going to be powerful as you, as light workers, move forward on the ascension path. So it looks to me like the feminine got fell backwards a little bit into despair, into desperation, into disappointment. You're not seeing things quickly. You're not seeing things manifest in the material world. Please know that the divine does not work always in the material world. He has to do the spiritual work. He has to do the supernatural work in order for all things to come together for good. And if you're not seeing it, doesn't mean it's not happening. So don't look there. The other encouragement from this is that, you know, if you're in this energy, that means that you have clearing to do. It's giving you again, as you've had multiple times in the last couple of weeks, the Temperance card. The Temperance card in this deck is quite beautiful, and it shows a naked woman who is balancing between the earth world with the rainbow and the moon. So the cosmos in a position of holding herself tight in any way. Uh, there's moderation there. And I also noticed that the way the rainbow is around her and the moon, that she is that it's shaped like a heart, and that there is love around her. So you want to get to that tempered state. Excuse me. So, so overall energy, the sun for the masculine, he is in a creative mode. There is a new idea that he's looking to implement. Uh, the Six of Pentacles indicates that he is kind of, counting his money, and he's in a position now to be able to share and to be generous. You also are in a position to share and be generous. So it might help you to donate. It might help you to donate your time or your talents to an organization. That will help you overcome that dark energy in the Five of Cups that you're feeling. There's underneath that the swords. So maybe you had a dream that maybe you had a dream that he did something, and now your mind is running with that. We do sometimes have dreams about our divine partners. They're not always, happy, joyous, and free dreams. So don't feed that. Don't exaggerate the dream. Don't dramatize maybe something that he said to you that you thought read deeper into. Don't let your negative attitude take control of you. Don't bring the past into the present, is what I'm getting. You want to be able to, in the Six of Coins, that's a balance card. So you have mostly balance, you have victory, you have more faith. You want to be in faith on this matter because it is the divine running it. And you got the faith card, which in the traditional tarot is the Hierophant. So you want to seek wise counsel. If you're unable to be in faith, then seek wise counsel. Seek out somebody that can help you get more positive on the matter, get more clear. One of the cards indicates, I did the John Holland Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Your divine masculine had the sacral chakra, and you had awaiting results. So that plays so perfectly into your readings. And then at the bottom of the deck, it was a well-deserved reward to come. So what they're telling me to share is that we have to temper our enthusiasm by way of the Temperance card to achieve harmony and long-lasting results. So underneath you had the Victory card, and you might have seen something that he said or did as being a long-term or permanent, and rather than a temporary. The temporary is a building block for the permanent. So, there's still some strain on the face here of this emperor, which tells me that there's still more. Keep your expectations at bay. Keep them tempered. Keep them You see how their eyes are looking. It's actually one eye's closed and the other one looks like he's looking over to see if the other one's awake. Um, that could be your divine masculine looking at you saying, "Are you awake yet?" Because there's points where you're awake and he's asleep and you're awake. We're coming together, and this reading tells us that you guys are, your energies are starting to combine. You got both have the Six of Pentacles, both have the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Coins. Same thing. That your faith, believing deeply on this journey, is going to be beneficial for your relationship with the divine. So it's the divine who has orchestrated it. It is the divine who put you on this journey. It is the divine that you need to keep your eyes on, not the masculine. The masculine is going to do. Oh, thank you for that. I'm looking. Thank you, Linda. Yes, completely surrender to God. Oh, I really like these live readings. Very cool. Somebody else posted a message. I'm sorry I didn't catch it in time, but I'll respond in a typewritten format. Um, so the part of the separation. So when I was in separation, I want to just kind of share that a little bit with you. When I was in separation this last time, I basically was very clear that he had was supposed to do things before, but he had to separate from me because he wasn't willing to listen to God, and because he didn't listen to God, God moved us both. You're welcome. Um, so he separated us and sent me on a journey 1,600 miles away so that my gifts could open up. He was a bit of a hindrance on me doing what I'm doing now with you guys. I believe strongly that I'm a vessel for God. I believe strongly that my message is love, and I believe strongly in this relationship of the twin flame journey. Not necessarily him, but how God is guiding me to be a vessel of love, and that this man was the catalyst. My divine masculine was the catalyst for me to really seek divine pure love. So pure love holds no um, harm. It doesn't hold you accountable, really. It doesn't take things personally. Love is patient, love is kind, love is the greatest of all the gifts that God has given us. So for me to go through these phases that I have gone through and to be able to share those with you, the temperance, the creativity, the abundance. I was in a state of lack for a very long time, but it was my lack of spirit more than anything that was perpetuated. I think it really helped me, being in lack, helped me see how God was moving in my life and how he was moving my divine partner. Now I was able to sit back and watch the divine partner not do what God asked him to do, and then I could watch him pay for it. I didn't like that. So being all these miles away really was fruitful for what the divine had in store for me. So that's why their message for you is to stay focused. The Five of Cups. Your job is to get from this to this. He's waited a long time for it. You have waited a long time for it. In the waiting results, here you are as an older lady. Now you can do this gracefully or you can allow yourself to get the wrinkles. I prefer that you did it gracefully and just blossom like the beautiful little flowers on the tree. But the tree of life is coming up and through you. The tree of life is the tree of God, or the tree of truth. And you're just waiting, waiting. There's no wrinkles on her face. Her hair is back. She's got the moon behind her. She's looking forward. It reminds me of his card of the Three of Wands. So I'm going to read those two cards to you. Looking forward, um, the sacral chakra, which is the energy that has to be clear. That's the sexuality, and That's the seat of sexuality. So he's getting clear from in the star to be able to be free, to be able to be the divine partner that you need him to be. But you can't rush that process at all. All my cards are all over the place. So I want to read to you these two cards, awaiting results. So you've put much energy into creating and attracting the relationship you desire and are eager to see positive results. Patience is needed. Reshaping attitudes and beliefs takes time. Refining yourself so that you'll attract just the right person is a process. If you find yourself becoming frustrated at the apparent lack of visible change, step back and focus on something other than your relationship for a while. When you're feeling more detached, you'll be in a better position to notice the improvements. So, so that's a really good advice. Just step back. Patience is required. Patience is not a gift that many of us have. Um, that it doesn't come naturally to many of us, and many of us want it yesterday. That's the society, by the way. That's the paradigm that was built around us, and that's the conditioning that we're in. That society that we are constantly looking for instant gratification. And anything that comes quickly will be lost quickly. So you really want to focus on, I want this relationship to work. I want to be in this divine partnership. I want the mission to be a success. I want my relationship with God to be permanent. So if we focus on the relationship with God to be permanent, then we can really trust that He has our best interest at heart. And one of the things, so I'm redoing a video that I thought I had already done, and I'm trying to remember everything that they shared with me in that video. That did not get done. Um, so the sacral chakra, if your divine partner is not into some of the metaphysical work, you can do it on his behalf, by way of doing cord cutting. Don't expect an outcome immediately. Don't look for an outcome. Just be the vessel that God is using to help your divine masculine clear from some of those lower vibrational energies. Your job is to stay in a higher vibrational energy. So your job, I think this weekend looks to me to be like, all right, if you're in this energy, take a look at what God is showing you to come up for healing. And then have faith that it will be shown to you and that you will get clear. And since I'm live, I can just pull the daily guidance because we have 3 days to deal with, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And if the angels see fit to give me space and time to be able to do a reading over the weekend, I would love to, because you can see how the energy is consistent moving forward. Your Temperance card has been there for I think a couple of weeks now. They've been asking you to you, inspired you, um, generously you, without looking for the what's in it for me. And I don't think we do that on a conscious level as much as it just is a subconscious. But I did this and I expected him to do that. And it just let it flow. Sometimes we just want to give and get our, we don't look to the same receiver to be the gift back to us. You're probably getting your well refilled in another way and aren't really acknowledging it as such. So um, I want you to consider that possibility that you might be looking to the wrong place for refilling of your well. If you're looking to your divine masculine, he doesn't have enough to give you, although he's getting there in the Six of Pentacles. But he needs to reserve all of this energy for him because he hasn't learned how to do that in a healthful way. And we want to encourage that he does things in a healthful way. We do not want. Thank you, Linda. You too. It'll be online. You can watch it later. Um, okay, so I'm going to pull here 3 cards for the week. Okay, joy. Focus on joy. It's the highest energy of all. It's the magical sense that everything is possible. Joy springs from appreciating the gifts within each moment. Joy allows you to attract and create your present and future moments at their highest possible levels. So you really want to focus on joy. Um, It'll help pull out that energy. Oh boy, this. Okay, so don't get so excited. The wedding is a marriage between you and God, two souls joined in love, mutual respect, and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen love over time, which is what we just said. Thank you, angels. Your wedding day is a testament to your well founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love, dearest one. So, wow. So the wedding day is in the future. Don't, rush to it. It'll come. And then finally, you got Athena, the angel. It is safe for you to be powerful in a loving way that benefits others as well as yourself. So your energy reading is quite possible. Hi, awake now. No rush. Good. No rush. Um, but the wedding too with the divine and with all things around us. When we're triggered, really just getting in tune with God has this, and learning to keep your energies clear and pure, and do some saging around yourself. And if you have a selenite wand, so I use the selenite wand to clear myself, and because I'm in a lot of places right now. You can just do a wave over your body and say, "Please clear me now." Um, Anything that is attached to me, I offer it to you to be transmuted and transformed. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this live video. Be watchful for your well-deserved rewards. That um, after a long hike up that mountain, you're going to get to what you need. Um, I want to show you the blossom card. You're blossoming into this beautiful new creature of love and light, and I pray that you guys get that validation over the weekend. Somebody will step into your life, into your path. Maybe you'll be out shopping, and you have a great conversation, an enlightened conversation with another spiritual being. I send that blessing to all of you. Is it possible he is aware of that? What? Um, is it possible? Thanks so much. You're so welcome. Is it possible? My divine partner does not like the languaging or the labeling of the twin flame. Um, so, it, I, you know, he does know that there is a deep connection. He doesn't understand it, and he doesn't necessarily always like it because he's been in torment his whole life. So, so you can kind of broach the subject with your divine partner and see where how he responds. If it is not favorable, just step back from that. Have you ever heard of? Did you look into? I did that with him, and I did not get. He knows there's a deep connection. He does not want to talk about the labeling of it, and he's at a phase where he had tried many paths to get clear, and they were not healthful. So he went to a church, and he thought that he had a good partnership there with the pastor. People were hitting him over the head with the Bible, so he walked away from the church. He walked away from many things because it just didn't resonate. But he took it all personally. For you, you're a twin flame. That's all you need. That is all you need, is to know that you're the twin flame and that you're on this path and that you need to do this work. And we're not going to worry about what he needs, what he wants, whether or not he believes it. I'm going to turn it around for a minute because that's it. Hi, guys. It doesn't matter if he believes it. It doesn't matter if he likes it. You do your work. And then maybe sometime in a year or 2, 3, 4, 5, that'll come about. I have shared it. He looked at it a minute and then he walked away. Hi there. Thanks, awake now. So keep moving forward. Stay on this path. This is an enlightened path. This is essentially, specifically, oh, my hair is a mess. Look at that. I've never done this. Anyway, little entertainment for you guys today. Stay on the path. It is divinely orchestrated for you to get to love. It is divinely orchestrated for me to get to love. It really has enlightened and helped me be powerful. Thank you very much. It has helped me in my connection with God, because if God is everything or nothing in your life, it is more important to start to, even if you got angry with God, and I have, and I've cursed him out quite a few times, like, why can't you make him do what I want him to do? There was a point where I was really crazed. God will do what he needs to do on the timing that it needs to be done. Have patience. You got the card that said, have patience. Just be love, and clear anything that's in the way. I want to thank you guys for watching. This was a lot of fun for me. I hope you got information and guidance for you. And yeah, God has to do this. Definitely awake now. Definitely God has to do this. If you would like a private reading, you can now go to my website, or you can book it at the links below. I wish you a lot of blessings of love over this weekend. I will be out of commission for the next day and a half or so. My daughter is graduating on Sunday, and we have a bunch of festivities. And then I'll be back to my Florida life next week, so I'm excited about that. And I'll keep you posted on how it went with my twin. Things are good, but they're on a friendly plane. We're rebuilding a foundation, and it's really great that way. So I want you to have a blessed weekend. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Oh, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and you got to hit the little bell button to get other videos that are coming up if you haven't already. Take care.